You know what the real bad candy is? Candy corn. Just the worst candy in the universe. If you like candy corn, then you are probably a Martian. I'm just saying. As far as the movie goes, it was a good watch. Let's talk about it. Bad Candy. So Bad Candy is the newest horror movie that's being brought to us on demand, on theaters, streaming sites, all that good stuff. It was a horror movie directed by Scott B. Hansen. I'm terrible with names. Desiree, Connell. First of all, let me say off the bat, Scott, man, you did a good job with this movie. I really enjoyed it. I got that kind of spoilers because how is the movie? Is the movie good? I'm gonna say this movie is definitely, if you're a horror fan, if you love all things Halloween, all things that go bump in the night, I think Bad Candy could be right up your alley. It even came with a sweet candy bar. I don't know if a candy bar is gonna come with your copy, but it came with my copy because I'm friends with the director, and I'm not just saying it's a good movie because the directors, you know, me and him are cool. I'm just saying, genuinely, as a horror movie fan and as a fan of movies altogether, this was a good watch. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but it's definitely a good watch. I felt myself like, especially today, it was really cold outside, so I was like, this is the perfect weather to just get my Snuggie and shit and just watch me a horror movie. So Bad Candy was the horror movie I watched, and I had a time with it. Harkens back to old school horror movies where it's this anthology, like think like Tales from the Crypt, or no, not Tales from the Crypt. No, think like Trick or Treat. That's like my favorite horror movie of all time. So it's like that. What a new spin on it. The pros and cons, but I believe that Bad Candy, you could get it on Blu-ray, you can see it in the theaters, you can watch it on demand. Just check the movie out. If you loved all things Halloween, let's talk about it. Adding the movie, I don't know any of the actors' names. There's a lot of people in this movie, but I will say, for the most part, they do pretty good. I won't say there's no like cringe moments at all in the movie with any of the characters and dialogue. Okay, there was some things some people said that made me go, okay, but it doesn't make or break the movie. All the actors did a pretty good job. There were some people I was like, oh, okay, props. First of all, props to whoever did the clown character. Dope. I always say that when I want to see a horror movie, I like to see like, you know, somebody's going to be like new icon, like face. Like I said, I'm going to go back to Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is like the best horror movie ever. Sam is like the mascot for that franchise, and I just love Sam. It's just, the way he's incorporated into the movie makes sense. You love him even more. I did the same thing with the clown character, and I like that as well. A good job on that. So I'll just say overall, the acting in the movie was passable. It was cool. You know, horror movie fodder. You know how it goes. Okay, now plot in the movie. The movie more or less it's like a storytelling. It's being told by these two DJs or whatever. They're hosting, you know, their usual annual Halloween scaretacular, y'all, telling us stories shit like that, different horror stories, stuff like that. But then, like, you know, the lines of what's real, what's reality starts getting blended and you don't know the difference. And I will say there is a payoff to that, because you're like, these two people, there are hosts, they're telling us the story, but it's also like, ooh, but are they part of a story too? So when you see the ending of the movie, it's like, that was cool. I like that. Bunch of short horror stories all merging together, just happening on Halloween night. You've seen it done before, and now you can see it done again in 2021 with Bad Candy. Towards the movie, I will say that some of the stories were actually really good. That's when the movie kicks off too. It's definitely that fall Halloween vibe. Like I said, this movie just oozes October, and I love it. From the way it's shot and the way the color scheme, the atmosphere. Love it. Good horror movies. There's a lot of horror movies coming out this year. A lot of horror movies that have came out. Some lot coming out in October. I will say Bad Candy definitely one of them. There's segments in the stories in the movie that I was like, those are good stories. Like there's one episode. What the fuck am I talking about? There's one story in particular where it had to do with this shithead asshole. Not saying the actor's an asshole, but I'm saying his character, he was an asshole. Putting razor blades and poison on type of candy and stuff like that. And I just make me sit back and be like, those type of people definitely need to be like, have a pitchfork shoved up their assholes. Sure enough, fucking clown dude, he comes in, he fucking makes the dude take a razor blade and eats it, and is bloody and is gory, and it makes you be like, ugh. I love that shit. And the horror fans were like, fuck yeah, give me the blood. There's a lot of blood in this movie too. Like they don't really hold back on the gore, and it doesn't look fake either. This is like a real good production movie, I will say. Like slightly better than those Hulu horror movies. Those are just shit. Like I said about the movie, the fact that I will say it almost loses focus a little bit towards the end with one story when it starts merging into like the main narrative. It makes you be like, okay, what's going on? And I will say like there's like an action scene that's kind of out of place that makes me be like, okay, now this is this a horror movie anymore? It is just turned into the Matrix now? Don't worry, it gets back on track at the end with the horror and shit. And you're like, oh, okay. Okay, calm down now. Today, Bad Candy had a good time. What is a good anthology horror movie? It's a perfect October movie. Like I said, we got a lot of horror movies coming out. We got Chucky, we got Halloween Kills, and now you got Bad Candy to watch too this fall. I think the movie was passable. The kills in the movie were pretty good. The blood is just crazy. This is just, like I said, it's a good fall movie. If you like the Trick or Treat, recommend watch that. I like Bad Candy too. I'm not gonna give it a rating just because I own it on Blu-ray. Thanks to the directors, prop to you. I will say, check it out. You can watch it on demand for like, I think $5 or so. Check it out. You get my stamp of approval. As always, guys, subscribe. Until next time.